Hey, Cynthia's already waiting for me. Hey, Cynthia, happy Tuesday. Why is her dog wearing You know what? That's a good question. Okay, we will get to that in just a minute, Cynthia. Asking questions before we got there. On the ball, I guess. A very happy Tuesday to everybody. Hello, beautiful people. I hope you are having a good week. It's at the very beginning, so we're still getting started and feeling out our week as far as I'm concerned. Let's see. I have a nice little variety of stuff, including a funny picture from LandCon, some updates from Sophie, some pictures from some of our blood blood of my blood cast. I'm going to do that forever. I swear. It'll be the last season, and I'll still say blood of my blood, blood of our blood. And then more info on the distillery with Sam, plus Lauren Lyles. Doing it again. Nell Hudson has some suggestions for baby book read. So if you or anybody you know is expecting and nervous or just bored and needs some stuff to read and understand what the heck's going to happen here soon, she's got a list for us. So I got a variety because that's kind of what I do. Oh, wait, though, before I get fully started, a few people have wanted to know, one, how they can win one of the books being given away. This one in particular. If you see a video where I'm talking about it, give 2 thumbs up to indicate that you would like to win one of the books. I am attempting to try to give them away to folks who were unable to get them or unable to get them right now, but would really like to get them. And then 2, some folks have been asking who have extra books. Please don't flood me with too many because I don't know how many I can give away, and that's a lot of shipping cost. But if you would like to know how to send either a book or assistance for that or whatever reason, some people have been asking what the P.O. box is now that it's up and running. There it is. There it is. There it is. There's the P.O. Box, Katie's Corner in Space, P.O. Box 57, Bluffton, Indiana, 46714. That is the one I try to check once a week. Now that I know it is up and running, talk to the Postmaster General. Boy, you get some stuff done when you talk to the boss. At any rate, that's that information. Let's get on to the good stuff because that's all I got as far as goofiness and what to do here. Oh, you know what? Yep, I forgot I'm all set up for last night. We need that. It needs to go over here a little bit. Yeah, see, this is what happened. Live from Katie's studio. Resizing and moving things around. That is why you came here. All right, I will get to this, I promise. Here we got, of course, Dougal and Dougal. Rewind. Here we got Marta and Lord Love It. Charlie Chick Allen shares this one, distinguished gentleman, with some of our fun characters. I've really enjoyed. We really kind of laid into Love It last night, chatting about what happened in episode 8. Again, it gets better as you go on. It was a little slow moving in the first few episodes, kind of introducing us to characters we already kind of knew, but lots been happening in the last few episodes. Even Jan is a convert, or at least enjoys the show. So definitely want to check that out. Hey, Kathy, how you doing? I've got more stuff here, of course. Darn it, I am having a heck of a time with this. I'm going to just move this over a little bit more just because I have a feeling we got some stuff, and that's one of the bigger pictures. All right, here is a fun one put together for LandCon or at LandCon. It's Sophie Skelton sharing the unbreakable bond of fake cousins. Nearly man and wife for a moment there. Desperate times. John Hunter Bell says, miss you already cuz LandCon went by too swiftly. And so just some funny pictures there from LandCon Scotland 1919. I don't know what I'm doing today, guys. Everything would be a outtake if I were doing this to edit. 2025, and the goofiness just continues. Yeah, I mean, no, you can't help but be goofy with John around, to be honest. He is such a upbeat kind of personality when he is energetic. So, yeah, I absolutely can see these two goofing around at LandCon. Also have something fun from Caitlin. It says, marry your best friends. Oh, Caitlin Orion shares that one. Thank you, Sammy and Alex, for the most meaningful role of my life, taking bookings for fall 2027. She officiated. Oh, that is so cool. I'm guessing she officiated a wedding. My sister did that for my husband and I. She was my maid of honor in my first wedding. She asked how she could be involved in the second one. I'm going to guess that she's officiating. And I said, I've got a friend who's going to be the maid of honor. How about if you officiate? And she had just gotten herself ordained to do so. And so my sister married me. And she loves telling everybody that she married her sister. It just throws people off. But it is one of her funny lines that she likes to share with folks. So this is cool, though. I've considered doing this myself, becoming an officiant, so that I can marry folks who might have a little trouble getting it done at church for multiple reasons. And I really ought to do it now that things get more complicated. Ooh, idea for Katie, because I have so much spare time. I need more things to do. Got some pictures here. This one is Sophie's skeleton. Cynthia wanted to know why the dog is wearing shoes. Now that I see the picture, I can probably tell you why. But Sophie Skeleton shares his little English princess paws ain't quite ready for the streets. And here's what happens. We don't really think about it, but dogs' feet feel pain just as much as your feet feel pain. So if you walk on like a hot beach that's been hit by the sun all day, that hurts the dog's feet. It hurts to walk on hot sidewalks. So yes, a lot of folks do get little shoes for their dogs so that they have protection on their feet. So yeah, I can understand if they're just not used to it, especially they cover their feet. And most of the places I take my dogs have grass, so we don't really worry about that. And honestly, at least two of my dogs I know would not keep them on. But this makes perfect sense if you're in an area that's very paved and gets hit by the sun a lot, because your puppies, they deserve comfy feet. All right, got more pictures here with Seamus. Oss shares this one. All warfare is based on deception. Ooh, yeah, that's a good quote. Blood by blood, we got Lord Lovett and I believe that is Colm hanging out together. They're not supposed to like each other. They should go away. They should spread apart before we have a clan war. Which is like, it seems like we're almost going to have one on Blood of My Blood, to be honest, but that's neither here nor there. All right, Rory Alexander, quickly becoming one of my favorite actors from Blood of My Blood. This is our new Marta, and he plays Marta very differently, but we've talked about this. This is the Marta before so much had happened in his life. So Rory Alexander is a part of Cool America, a magazine, I believe, from the pictures that I see here. He's wearing brown, and my tongue Caesarean says brown really suits you, brings out your big brown puppy eyes, and that a young, yearning, heartbroken Marta would have had. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Oh, poor Marta, man, just like at every turn. Although, again, last night we had a chat about that Friday episode. Marta gets Brian's place, so that's interesting. I've seen this look before. He pulls it off really well. I like this. They dress him a lot like they dress Joey Phillips. If you notice, Joey Phillips looks very, very fashion model. And he always has these looser pants on and a looser jacket, like a little bit bigger fitting. And they do the same thing with Rory, which I don't appreciate Rory's name. I had a friend named Rory when I was growing up, and it took me forever to say his name because I don't have a speech impediment, but I do have trouble making R's. So anyway, Rory, that's just mean, but he's great. Nell Hudson, as advertised, has some book suggestions for us. Again, if you are pregnant or you know somebody who is expecting, these are the books that would be very helpful. I was terrible at reading these books, and I'll tell you why later.
Back to things no one asked for. Baby books. Obviously, having had a baby for 2 months, I'm now an expert on parenting. So I'm going to do this in two parts. Books that I read when I was pregnant and books that I read after I gave birth. Expecting Better by Emily Oster. I'll be honest, before I read this, my impression of this book was this book just tells pregnant women that it's okay for them to drink coffee and wine. But it's not when you're pregnant and you're just flooded with all the information and you're like, I don't know where to begin. She's an economist, so it's very fact-based, very science-based. It just demystified everything for me. Next we have Hypnobirthing by Siobhan Miller, controversial. There it is. The reason I say this is controversial is because it definitely glamorizes the idea of less intervention equals a better birth, which isn't necessarily true and isn't necessarily helpful. What I did get from this book was a very broken down explanation of labour, all the different stages of labour, all the different options I would have medically at every stage of labour. So I do recommend this book, but pinch of salt, because intervention isn't bad, it just means doctors are helping you. I can't actually find my copy of that one, and yes, it is a new day. I have a baby. I had to record this over 2 days. Obviously, it was way too soon to read this book, but it's just a brilliant book and everyone should read it. It will improve your life. The Art of Communication. I love the common sense, practical tone of this one. The pregnancy part of this book is that much. It's very beautifully written and it made me feel very seen. Ultimately, it's all just a bit too real and too soon, so I'm actually going to hold off reading the rest of this one. See you for part 2 soon. Bye! Welcome back.
Okay, so now look, if you have been in a position where you've been around kids your whole life, reading a lot of these books might not be hugely helpful. I still like the what to expect when you're expecting, because no matter how many kids you've been around, you've never been pregnant. That first time is a learning experience, and quite frankly, so is each time after, because every pregnancy can vary hugely. I did not read these because in high school I took what they call child development. You learn everything from, you get the basics, I should say, of everything from the moment of conception to the time your child will graduate from high school. There's a whole thing on how to speak with toddlers, how to communicate with your child at different stages. I babysat from the time I was 11 years old, because being the only girl in a neighborhood full of boys my age, people just naturally came to the girl for babysitting. The guys had their own babysitting too. I didn't steal like all the work from everybody, but I had more availability than the boys did, it seemed, and was more willing to give up my Friday or Saturday night to earn an extra $20 to $30. And I bought my own black leather jacket my freshman year, which really irritated my parents. So it all worked out really, really well. But these are some great books. Some great suggestions. I have not read all the books, so I shouldn't say, but if you have not been around kids, or if you know somebody who's expecting who has not been around children much and they're nervous, having too much information is always better than having some mystery of what to expect. I'm entering that final phase of womanhood, and no one told me a whole bunch of stuff that's happening to me. Is very irritating not to have the information. You should always expect to have some on-the-job training when you have a child, but not all of it, man. Seriously, there's just too much. So this is good. I like that she took the time to share. Thank you, Nell. I appreciate that very much. Even though I know my demographic is not childbearing age for the most part, we all grandmas, but people in our lives may be having children soon, and also things change and develop, and it's good to keep up with the times. Now, Rosalind Erskine's and the Scottish Food and Drink, Scotsman Food and Drink, share this. It's the Galloway Distillery launch, and these are more pictures to add to yesterday, but there are a lot of photos that weren't in there. It says the Outlander star has bought, I had a bubble in my throat. The Outlander star has bought former Crafty Distillery in Newton Stewart and rebranded it as the Galloway Distillery. Speaking to the Scotsman, Sam said, "We've been working on this project a number of years. We wanted to create a distillery in Glasgow. I keep saying Glasgow. Glasgow. It's basically a Galloway. Damn it." And now I said damn it. All right. We're going to pretend that I know what I'm reading. Galloway. It's basically a homecoming for me. I was born and raised here, and I feel very, very thankful to come from such an amazing place. And that's a good way to feel about, if you travel a lot like he has, he ought to know where a good spot is. There are plans to expand production, and a new Sassenach spirit is in the works. That might be his tequila that we keep hearing about, but not quite happening. To mark the new chapter, Sam had filled the first cask from Galloway Distillery after a series of rousing speeches, including from a local storyteller. Oh, that is very cool. That's awesome. And there they are, kind of celebrating there. Please forgive me for not being able to say Galloway. We're lucky I'm not saying Gallaglass, which has nothing to do with Friday's episode. Okay, I do have more pictures. Now, if you watched the full interview yesterday, you found out that he's having specially made glasses and plates and stuff. Well, glasses, cups, that sort of thing, created just for this new distillery. We make pots. Looks like they're the ones who have taken up the task. It says, recently I've been working on a special order for a very special place right here in beautiful Galloway. Congratulations, Sam Heughan and the team. Galloway Distillery. My range of bespoke gin and whiskey beakers are available to buy in the Galloway Distillery near Newton Stewart. It's been a pleasure working with creative director Graham Taylor and Sam Heughan to develop this range of work, especially for their distillery. Exciting times ahead. And there we can see the marks to show that it's handmade and crafted by them. Yep, there we go. Well, I don't know if it's necessarily handmade, but it looks like good craftsmanship in my opinion. That is really cool. Can you imagine? You're just, this is what you do for a living. And then Sam walks through the door and says, guys, I need a little something from you. Dude, I would be taking up that job if I thought I could, hand him good quality. So this is very neat. It would be neat if we could just order them. And my final bit for today, because it's fun and I like to do it, the vodka. See how Jackie, yeah, you reminded me of the vodka. You did say the vodka. You know what? Jackie asked, I wonder who's going to run the day-to-day of the distillery. My guess would be that he would hire, you know what, and it's not like they said he bought the distillery. It's not like he said that they laid everybody off. It's very possible that whoever ran the day-to-day work there before will be running the day-to-day work there again. It's also possible that he will find somebody who is willing, I shouldn't say willing, but would like to run things a little differently. If he'd like to run things a little differently, I guess it sort of depends on how many changes he's planning to make within the running of the thing. I know that they plan expansion and he's having ideas for tastings and stuff, but like the basic creation of the spirits, other than, I guess it would just sort of depend. That is a really good question. And Vita says the pottery is beautiful. I have to say, yeah, it's great. Happy Rock. Cindy says he's keeping the master distiller. There we go. He's keeping the master distiller. There is another video that I'm going to record and have up tomorrow where he is talking at length about his involvement with like their distillery group there. At any rate, you've heard me talk. Let's listen to Sam. He's got stuff to say. Yes?
The worst kept secret. The news is finally out there. The Galloway Distillery is now open. It's a project I've been working on for a number of years. It's a real homecoming for me. We have built the Galloway Distillery, where I was born and raised in Dumfries and Galloway. Please come visit us. It's an incredible place. Has so much to offer, from amazing coastline, ancient castles, dark history, amazing producers, rolling hills, standing stones. It's got it all. So please come down. We're also producing some incredible spirit. We're working on our Galloway whiskey. It's where we started and produce our wild Scottish gin. We also have another brand that we now own, which is Hills and Harbour, which is fantastic. So come to Galloway. If you're in Scotland, come visit us. You'll see this magical place. I promise you, you're going to have a good time. Come and explore this little hidden gem in the southwest of Scotland. Cheers, and I'll see you at the Galloway Distillery. Slanja. It is perhaps...
All right, there we go. Just kind of a reiteration of the stuff he's talked about yesterday, but he's making so many videos. My guess is because he's really proud, and he ought to be. Again, I cannot say it enough. I'm just really proud when our stars are able to follow other dreams of theirs because of the work they've done. It really just proves to us that if we find success in something, we may be able to carry that over to success in other things that we are passionate about. And I think that they have all been, so many of our actors have been really great examples of that. Really excited to support them. I'm really excited to try and figure out how the heck I'm getting to get to Galloway. Anybody wants to fly me over, I'll get my passport in order. If we're allowed to anymore. I've got a frog in my throat, so I'm going to wrap this up, guys. I think that is all I'm going to put in this video, simply because the other video that I had of Sam is fairly lengthy, and I'm trying not to do that to you guys too much. However, that is the end of this one. If you found the information fun, insightful, interesting, enjoyable, entertaining, any of those things, give her a thumbs up. If you didn't, then give it a thumbs down. And again, thank you for the watch time. I really appreciate it. Thank you for doing your laundry and forgetting to switch channels. I appreciate the watch time very much. And yeah, that's all I've got as far as that goes. Thank you, of course, to my members and everybody who has contributed to this channel in any way, especially over the past several months this year. I'm going to say this again because some people said that they had not heard. My father recently passed, and being able to talk about his illness and having the support of you folks has really made a difficult time easier, or at least less difficult to go through. And so I just really want to say again, thank you to everybody, whether you've been joining me on my daily chats and information here, the movie chats, or the episode discussions. I just really want to thank you guys all so much for supporting me as a person, not just me, the channel, but me as a person. I don't think my mental health would be nearly in as good a place as it is if it weren't for that. So, yeah, just from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, guys, for being with me on that. That said, I've got still a couple of things that I need to edit and put up. Probably will show up over the weekend so as to not to interrupt our Outlander stuff. And, of course, I still have, although I haven't checked my email today, I still have one spot left for our chat tomorrow night about Blade Runner, the original movie, not the remake. We so far will have Cynthia and Jackie with me. If you would like to join on that and fill that last gap, that is great. If you just want to come and watch, of course, we will be up tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will just chat about Blade Runner, which I have never seen. A lot of these movies are like sci-fi classics, and I've never watched them because when they came out, my parents had a very strict rule of no rated R movies for Katie until she's old enough to understand these things. I'm fairly sure I'll get it now. I'm 50, so hopefully I'll be able to understand these things. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining me. Thank you to those of you who comment. Thanks to those of you who share. Thanks to those of you who come back nearly every video and watch and let me know that you're interested in what I got to say. So thanks everybody for your support in all things. Please now go forth and have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Vita. I saw you in there. I saw Kathy, but I think she popped back out because Kathy, unlike me, works for a living. So I appreciate her popping in when she can. Thank you, everybody, for assisting to make sure I get what I need to share here so that everybody who does not obsessively scroll through social media can at least keep up to date on our stars and what they're doing. That's it. Go have a great day. If you didn't catch our chat last night, check out the playlist below. Don't forget, if you missed, I think you might have missed any of the updates, always check that playlist for Season 8. Waiting for Season 8. This is now week 37 of doing so. We're going to make it. All right, guys, have a great day.